Привет всем! Hello, my name is Amy. I'm from Russia, from Moscow, and I was asked to tell you about the notable differences between French and Russian culture. Generally, not as many differences I noticed. Some of behavioral differences are, I feel like Russians are generally more friendly and more open and more honest than French people, but not like in a too positive or too negative way. It's just you can feel it. You can feel the honesty and sincerity of Russian people, not as much in France, but also maybe it's because of my language barrier. I don't know. Um, some of the notable differences, though, you can see in the work time of French people. For example, in Russia, you can find some stores that work 24/7. Retailer stores generally work till 10 p.m. from 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. And office hours are usually from 8, 9 a.m. till 8 p.m. or 7, 8 p.m. And in France, I feel like everything is always closed, and also the lunch break from 1 till 2, everything is closed. That never happens in Russia as well. And for some reason, I feel like customer service, it's very surprising for me, in Russia is much better. Considering like bank services or retailer stores or social security, um, Russian workers, they're always ready to help. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. It doesn't matter if you're entering their lunch break or you're too late in the store. They will always help you. But in France, they ask you to leave, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's not good for me. I don't like that. However, generally, the differences are not very strong. They're very subtle, very light, because I mean it's still Russia is still a European country, so we kind of hold the same values. Um, Suggestions that I would give to a French manager who wants to work in Russia: be ready to have longer working time, and that your boss will expect you to stay longer at work or to work harder. Um, for some reason in Russia, bosses, they will look at the quality of the work, but also if, for example, you can finish your work in 3 hours and you're not in a very high position, you would still need to stay till the end of the workday, or sometimes even longer, helping other people. Be ready to have very honest conversations, and I don't know, going out with your colleagues, and be ready to maybe not be as, that your colleagues won't be as friendly as you want them to be at first. They would be some kind of scared and intimidated. It's just Russian mentality. They just need to warm up to you. However, a lot of people will be offering you help, but at the same time, it depends on the place where you work. Maybe you will encounter bad people who try to cut corners with you. But I mean, it happens everywhere, not just in Russia. And I don't know, but it's a stereotype that Russians drinks. But actually, if you will encounter not a very open-minded Russian businessman with whom you want to negotiate a deal, maybe, if he of age of 30 and higher, you would probably do it in an informal atmosphere, maybe in a restaurant, involving drinks and involving deep talks. So that's very normal for Russian people, especially in the older age. However, if your partner will be a young person, maybe that won't happen. But Russian people like to go out, and the more you become friendly with them, the more you actually open up and try to become actual friends, not just business partners. The more doors will open to you in terms of networking and connections, and other spheres like that. And also, if you want to start a business in Russia, you should be ready to take some different difficulties, like bureaucracy in Russia is a huge problem, and also sometimes corruption, but not much anymore. But sometimes that happens as well. And actually, to run a business, you would need to communicate with a lot of different government structures on a closer level if you want to be successful. That happens. It's not very negative, it's just how the system in Russia works. And don't worry if you won't have any problems with taxation or accounting. You won't have any program. And don't worry if you won't have any problems with your balance sheets and taxation. You won't have any problems with the Russian government as well. It's not like what Russian government does is illegal. It's just bureaucracy is a big part of starting up a business, and everything will take longer time than expected.